We've seen Hyundai pivot before, but this feels different. For years, the South Korean giant struggled to find its rhythm in the world's most aggressive EV market. They were playing catch-up. But look closely. The tension in the lines, the integration of the sensors, the sheer audacity of the stance. This isn't just a mid-cycle refresh or a desperate marketing ploy. This is a total reset. Hyundai isn't just back in China, they've let China take the wheel. And honestly, it's about time. Because something has clearly changed. And it's not just about the car itself. It's about where the influence is coming from. Meet the Venus Concept. At first glance, it shatters the traditional SUV silhouette. It's low-slung, aerodynamically obsessed, and aggressively digital. But let's go deeper than the surface. The real story isn't just the sheet metal, it's the fundamental shift in the architecture underneath. Developed by Hyundai's dedicated R&D center in Shanghai, the Venus is built on a high-voltage platform that moves away from the global eGMP standard to something much more localized. We're talking about a chassis optimized specifically for high-density LFP cell chemistry. Why does that matter? Because it balances cost with thermal stability in a way that's crucial for the urban Chinese cycle. Look at the sensor suite. The LiDAR units aren't just tacked on. They are integrated into the roofline with a level of precision that suggests a level 3 plus autonomous capability from day one. And then there's the cooling. Notice the active aero shutters and the front fascia. They aren't just for show. They manage the massive heat signature of a dual-motor setup that's pushing peak efficiency. Inside, the cabin is a masterclass in digital minimalism. We're seeing a wraparound OLED interface that utilizes a new, decentralized domain controller. This means the infotainment and the driving dynamics are no longer fighting for processing power. It's a software-defined vehicle in the truest sense. The Chinese engineering team didn't just build a car, they built a rolling server with a high-bandwidth backbone that happens to look like a masterpiece of fluid dynamics. They've managed to marry South Korean build quality with the raw, fast-paced innovation of the Silicon Valley of the East. From a design philosophy standpoint, this marks a clear shift. Hyundai is moving away from bold, experimental forms towards something more mature and globally adaptable. The emphasis is no longer on standing out at any cost, but on creating a consistent and recognizable design language. And that's a key step for any brand aiming to move upmarket. The design language here is what the team calls digital fluidity. It's a departure from the global, sensuous sportiness we see in the West. It's sharper, more tailored to the neon-lit urban canyons of Shanghai and Shenzhen. Every curve serves a thermal or aerodynamic purpose. The way the C-pillar integrates the air curtains isn't just clever, it's surgical. This is what happens when you stop trying to impose a global design and start listening to the local pulse. Why China? Because if you can survive the war of 1,000 EVs in China, you can survive anywhere. This market is the ultimate stress test for software integration and autonomous hardware. By placing a Chinese team at the head of the Venus project, Hyundai is gaining access to a hyper-evolved supply chain and a consumer base that treats a car like a smartphone on wheels. To win here, you have to innovate at the speed of light, and that's exactly what the Venus represents. This is more than a comeback. It's a blueprint for Hyundai's global future. The lessons learned on the Venus, the decentralized domain controllers, the AI-driven cockpit, the ultra-fast thermal management, these will eventually bleed into the Ioniq line and beyond. Hyundai is using China as a high-stakes laboratory. They are trading their traditional top-down Korean management for a ground-up localized agility. It's a massive cultural shift for the brand, and frankly, it's their only path to dominance. But here's the real question. Is it enough? Can a legacy giant truly reinvent itself in a market dominated by BYD and Xiaomi? The Venus has the specs. It has the look. And it finally has the local soul it was missing. If design direction is influenced externally, does the brand become stronger? Or does it risk losing its core identity? because balance is critical. Too much adaptation, and the brand becomes inconsistent. Too little, and it becomes irrelevant. And right now, Hyundai is walking that line. But in a world where hardware is becoming a commodity, will Hyundai's software stack be sticky enough to keep users in the ecosystem? That is the billion-dollar gamble. It's not about if they can build a great EV, we know they can. It's about if they can build a better digital experience. My take? The Hyundai Venus Concept is the most honest car they've built in a decade. It's an admission that the old ways are dead. By empowering their Chinese team, Hyundai has found a new edge, a sharper, more technical identity that feels incredibly relevant. It's bold, it's calculated, and it's undeniably impressive. The Venus isn't just a concept, it's a warning shot to the rest of the industry. Hyundai is back. And this time, they've brought the right weapons. I'm Ava. Let's see if the production version keeps this fire alive.